Santa.
Okay, got
All
it.
right. After a word from our sponsor, Greg's Car Wash, Lap Dance, and All You Can Eat Buffet. All right. Make sure you get there for your Friday special. And we're back. All right. All right. Sorry. Where did we leave off? It was really good.
With these videos right here that are amazing. I'm just kidding.
Dude, it's so different, man. What he does over there in Inner Mongolia and what we do out here in Outer Mongolia, it's just so different. It's really different lifestyle
Well,
too. And
you live in the city though, right? You live in Ulaanbaatar. Is
yeah, I
that?
live in Ulaanbaatar.
Most people live here.
Yeah, but if you're in the countryside, it would be really there would be less wrestling
Yeah.
because it's just there's two people per square kilometer. Once you beat that other guy, then
See, but that's the
Yeah, but then
difference
you got to
between
beat his uncle too.
and his uncle might be a beast. No, that's the difference between that's the difference between here and Inner Mongolia. Everyone, you can't wrestle in the cities. There's no wrestling places. You
yeah,
have to go to the
it's like
countryside.
the exact opposite
It's the
here.
opposite, yeah.
Yeah,
Because there are
Ah,
herdsmen there, so like they got to be close to their ranch, right?
and basically here, like the really good wrestlers from the countryside, they'll come to the city,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and yeah, so like most of the wrestling's really here, except during Nadam. During
hmm.
Nadam, you go back to your village, and wrestle.
I see. Um, so I wonder. I'm curious. This seems like something that's been going for a long time, traditional thing.
Mhm.
Do you find like there's any difference, like as far as the popularity of BJJ or UFC, like, is there any interest in that, or is this like completely different world, like this world of
Uh,
wrestling?
well, I think here and where I live is different, right? Because you you guys are have more you're more open to like the West
Yeah.
and like in China, a lot of things are blocked, right? Like they don't have Instagram, there's not Facebook and stuff, and the Mongols definitely don't have it. So
Hmm.
they don't know a lot. They like UFC. They think the idea of jiu-jitsu is really cool, but they like to wrestle. And they consider all judo everything. So they love judo. Anything where they can grab you and throw you is what they like.
They
But
see an excuse to
they
grab
do.
fools.
No, listen, they don't like in the West sometimes it's like you'll have a guy that does one style that will go another place and he'll be like, oh, this is so different. Like, they feel uncomfortable.
uh,
Mongolians are just like whatever you put on to them it's all the same. It's just a
uh,
little changes, small changes they have to make to adjust to the jacket or belt. But to them, it's like I'll go for training. One guy might put a sweatjacket jacket on, another guy might put a judo jacket. Nobody cares. No one complains. Just wrestle,
mm,
right? Just train.
uh,
And I think that plays a big difference in like why they can cross over.
I
You know,
yeah, here it's kind of similar to that. I know like when I was at sport university, the Chinese guys though, they did not have that
no, they don't.
mentality at
No.
all. If they were doing freestyle, they were only doing
Yeah.
freestyle. If they did Schweigers, only Schweiger. And out of my whole university cohort, everybody I knew above me and below me during the whole time I was studying, one guy went on to try and get to UFC. He made it to the road to UFC. It was a judo guy and nobody else did. No one else even thought about it. Now here it's a little different. Like these guys, I would imagine MMA is probably bigger here than it
Oh
is
yeah.
in
Eh,
Inner Mongolia.
In Mongolia, there's no MMA gyms.
Yeah, yeah.
There's none.
And these guys all know, like they're all trying to get to the one
Yeah.
FC and all that kind of thing. Like a
But
lot
if
of them.
if you look at the young guys joining the UFC now and other MMA organizations from China, most of them are Mongolian. But what they do is they'll travel to like Shanghai or Beijing for training, where
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
like an
yeah, yeah,
MMA gym,
yeah.
and then they'll go to like AKA or they'll go to Jackson in the U.S. to train MMA. But
And
like
somehow there's more Schweizer guys than wrestling guys.
but do you
Or at least
think?
it was when I was
Hmm.
fighting in China or when I was training in China. It seemed like that most of the guys that were making it to MMA were from I'm sorry, not Shredja, I mean Sanda.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
way more
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sanda
yeah,
guys.
for
Like
sure,
very
for
few
sure.
of them were
Yeah.
wrestlers. Yeah.
Do
Mhm.
you think it's
Yeah.
good for the art to have the world presence of martial arts, or do you think it kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say corrupt, but
Well, it's definitely
not
changed it. I mean, right? Because
okay.
there's way more double leg takedowns in Mongolian wrestling today than there probably were
Yes.
20 years ago.
But I think it's a good thing. See, that's one of my missions right now is like to share with the world. But the reason why I've been moving slow, besides COVID, is that we want to make sure it's authentic. It's like I like the idea of what the Brazilians did with jiu-jitsu, right? Like it
Hmm.
got so popular so fast. So I have a similar idea of how to spread Inner Mongolian book, but you got to be careful because you don't want it to get, you know, twisted a little bit
Well,
from
I mean,
people with their
BJJ
own.
probably took 50, 60 years to get
Yeah,
somewhere.
and
Yeah.
see, the thing is with the Mongols, the difference with the Mongols is that a lot of other arts that are new, they have to prove themselves. Everyone already knows Mongolians are beasts. Just watch some videos of them. You're like, them dudes are beasts. So you don't have to kind of prove too much. You just have to give people opportunities to learn, right?
And nobody at home is watching this going, I can beat those guys.
Right? Exactly. Like people watch UFC and like I could do that.
I can do that.
Yeah, and listen, we had a competition. They used to have these all the time, but because COVID, they didn't. When I first in 2019, we had like an international book competition, and there was like guys from Russia, like sambo champions, judo Olympians, and all types of people that came. Everyone got destroyed, like first and second round,
In
and
bulk.
some of them were
Bulk rules.
yeah, in book, and like some of them are like judo Olympians. They're getting beat by like 19-year-olds because it's so
It's so
different.
different.
You,
So
you you
different.
don't when you've been doing judo your whole life and you're in a weight division under a time limit, you start to do techniques differently and you perform differently and the speed is different. With Mongolian wrestling, a guy will hold you for 10 minutes until you get tired, and if he weighs 100 pounds more than you, he put that weight on top of you. The moment you do something, he just snatches you down, right? So it's like the whole mentality is different because theirs is based on like in a way it's like wartime, right? So that's why we're in the field. There is no oh it's snowing today, no competition. Oh no
No
really,
war
really
today,
like
guys. Sorry, let's have cake.
yeah seriously like I've been in so many competitions where we're just wrestling and then there's a sandstorm and like you literally can't see anything. Your eyes are just turning red. There's everything is getting just covered with sand and you still have to wrestle. There's thunderstorms. You still have to wrestle, right? I've been in with snow and blizzards. You still have to wrestle, get it over with, right? And I like that feeling. Sometimes you'll see guys because it's slippery or there's a hole in the ground, they'll fall. They'll just fall because they get their foot trapped or their ankle broken. It's just part of it. It's because in the ancient times, we're not having a mat. It's not this perfect. You have to know how to adapt and adjust, right? I think that's what makes it beautiful, to be
It's actually
honest.
one of the biggest differences with Shuai Jiao. Shuai Jiao is almost always indoors, except
Yeah,
like in Beijing,
in
there's still a
Beijing.
little
Yeah,
bit of
yeah,
this
yeah.
culture of the old men that wrestle in the park, but mainly it's indoors,
Yeah,
and it's clean. And the uniform is white.
yeah.
The uniform is white in color, standard uniform. So yeah, you're not gonna wrestle
Man,
on
listen,
the mud.
Mongolian uniform where I live, it's gonna smell like
Oh man,
horse shit and sheep.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Well, you're never supposed to wash it. You're never
never
supposed to
some
wash it.
shit.
You're never supposed to wash it.
Let
'Cause
me
it
tell
washes
you.
away your luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
always smells like sheep for some
okay,
reason.
but it's funny that you say that. I'm curious, right? So, you know, is there any problem like with staph infections or anything like or like getting dirt in open wounds, things like that? Has
STDs.
that ever been
I'm
a
sure it
problem?
is. I mean, to be honest, I was shocked because let me tell you, these guys, they don't really wash you can't wash your uniform, and like sometimes the mat is like the dirtiest thing you ever see. Like, you know, this listen,
I've seen
it's
some
just what it
nasty
is because
stuff, but yeah.
yeah, listen, I've trained like in the US. I trained at Henzo's for a year. I was training with Vlad Kolikov in sambo and jiu-jitsu, and they clean
Oh
every
yeah,
day, right?
disinfecting and
And we clean every day. Here, they might not clean the mat for like a year. It's like
yeah,
brown, right?
yeah.
But it is. So, and sometimes they're like laying on it after training, and just like I'm just like, oh my god, right? Like there's no way.
Oh, they'll
Yeah,
eat. They'll bring in a bag full of meat, right? They put it down on the floor, and they all sit on the
yeah,
mat,
they don't care.
and they eat with their dirty
Yeah.
hands, and on the mat, and yeah,
I don't get it because like I've never gotten any type of stab, any type,
yeah,
even a ringworm. I've never gotten any of that. I don't know
Really?
how.
yeah. I don't
Maybe
know
you just
how.
got you
It's
just
not.
got ridiculously good immune system by now. You're like
Maybe,
like
maybe.
George Carlin says, you're tempered and shit.
Yeah, it's
The,
true.
the first year,
Maybe.
the first full year of COVID, there was not a single infection in Mongolia, and we really thought maybe Mongolians were immune to it. That's actually what we thought. We're like, it must be because if you're eating dirty with your hands all the time, but then COVID came.
COVID hit
Oh
here.
Yeah,
no. Oh no.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a bit weird. Like I was always concerned about that because I was like, oh, but I was looking, I was like, none of these guys got ringworm on their
Yeah, you
feet.
don't see ringworm on the
Yeah,
guys at all.
I was really confused. Like,
Well,
is
it's funny
anyone
that
dying
happens.
from?
Like even some places they do clean their mats and people still get worm.
Right,
You
right.
Yes,
know, or you go to a
yes,
Yeah, well,
meet. You
kids get
usually
it in the
go get them at
States.
meets or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, I got ringworm in China a bunch of times. I never got it in
Yeah, yeah.
Mongolia. I've had staph though twice here,
Oh
but
man. Yeah, I don't want any of that.
yeah,
But
staph's
but
freaking
I've had
horrible.
I've had yeah, I don't know. In Inner Mongolia, I just think I never saw it. I never
Yeah,
and a lot of those wrestlers, they'll train, wear like get really sweaty. They won't wash their clothes there. They just leave it there and they wear it the
yeah.
next day and the next day and the next day.
And a lot of guys don't. That's another crazy thing. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about anybody. A lot of them probably don't shower
Yeah, 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 yeah.
often, but I don't know. Nobody ever smells. Like I've
Yeah, no, that's the weird
never
part.
had that problem here.
Where I live, like they're
Huh.
country people. Like they might shower once a week. Some of them even less than that. And I'm like, you don't smell like anything. Now some of the big boys, but it's normally like meat. It smells like they've been at the
It's
ranch,
actually, oh yeah, all it smells like is like
dairy and
yeah,
sheep.
yeah. When you eat sheep, I eat sheep all the time and I cook it all the time, and everything in the apartment smells like
Everything
sheep.
smells like yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it comes out of your skin when you train.
It
But
smells like home to me. Every time I
yeah,
smell it now, I'm like, this is home, right?
somewhere
Really?
between home
Wow.
and vomit
Yeah.
for me.
What
And
smells like
'cause
home, Antonio?
Sheep,
sheep. Well,
sheep.
because I live in the
Oh, home and
countryside.
Yeah,
vomit?
Nah, I didn't
that's
say
what I
that.
said.
You said the vomit part, not
Yeah.
vomit for me.
Okay.
Uh, but I live in the countryside, so like everything is there. Like they killed the sheep in front of my house, like or the cows or the camels. It's just what it is.
Oh,
And
they
I
eat
cook
camel
sheep all the
meat?
time, and you have to
Yeah,
have your wrestling outfit has to hang
yeah,
in the highest part of your apartment, right? So when I cook sheep, the smell gets into the wrestling outfit. So
yeah,
I associate the smell of
uh,
sheep with wrestling.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh, so you have to hang it high and then smoke gets into it? Maybe that
yep.
sanitizes it.
I don't know if that's
I don't think
intentional.
I don't think they thought about that one.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but it has to hang in the highest part of your.
Yeah,
Same in
Okay, so
China.
I mean, I stand correct
Yeah,
because I wondered. I think when I talked with you before, Antonio, like some certain cultures have, certain like preserve your head should never touch the ground or something like
right,
that,
right,
yes,
and
right.
it
It's
makes you
like that.
wonder
It's like that.
why. It's like, well, I mean, concussions happen, but or somebody gets like dirt in their eye, and you got a herd, you have to work, or you have to go
yeah,
to fight for the army, and like you can't afford to like get seriously injured. There's like no, you know, 100,
mhm,
200 years ago, medicine
yeah,
is like non-existent. You
yeah,
would think that
Well,
would
that's
go
part of why
into the
Mongolian
folklore.
wrestling. Yeah, I mean that's part of why Mongolian wrestling. I mean, on the one hand, like Lavelle saying, "Oh, they're beasts,"
mhm,
and I don't disagree. But on the other hand, I mean, it really is kind of tame because you're not doing submissions, you're not
yeah,
punching and
yeah,
kicking, right? You're just throwing the guy down. And it was funny. I said to Lavelle one time, I go, when I teach MMA, I'm trying to teach the guys to do break falls. Guy's been wrestling his whole life, never learned to break fall. But Lavelle pointed out, he's like, yeah, but you're always falling like half a meter. Like it's
yeah.
not like judo or something where you're getting slammed.
Watch these
You
videos.
know,
You never see some of the judokas or the Sweat guys will break fall, but they don't really.
they don't really break
So
fall.
when you're out there, there's so many stones on the ground.
Yeah,
You can't just like slap your hand.
yeah.
I did it once.
You
You
get
see,
worse.
I
Yeah.
have a scar
Oh,
from one
I've
Or
had
time.
you
that
get
happen
stepped on
before.
by
I
somebody
tried to
else
break
wearing
fall
boots.
on the concrete before, and I mean, you definitely want to
Yeah,
roll free, but you don't want to
Yeah,
slap
yeah,
yes,
nothing.
yes,
yeah.
yeah. You want to roll through, and I've
And,
never been hurt, and I
and
don't.
there's always 20 guys wrestling around you, and they're all wearing hard boots,
Yeah,
So it's like you start trying to break fall, you're gonna get hurt.
yeah,
But anyway, I mean, I think it goes back to what you said though, culturally, this guy's got to go herd sheep,
yeah.
right after this. He can't afford to get injured. So their martial art didn't have punches, kicks, submissions,
I
all
don't
Hmm.
know,
these things where
Antonio.
somebody could get
I
hurt.
teach
Also,
sailors wrestling on base, and I swear to God, they find a new way to hurt themselves
Oh
every
yeah.
day. Maybe they're just
yeah.
tired and they want a way out.
But you
Well,
but you know what else though? You should try teaching the military instead of the sailors.
well,
Oh, we got
yeah.
burns.
But you
Burns.
know what though? Mm,
I was in the Navy, so he's always rip on me. He's the Army,
You
I'm
should,
Navy, so.
yeah, exactly. Like the Navy, it's an
Oh, you
allied
gotta go
profession to
there.
like soldiers and
I mean,
Marines. It's an allied profession like prostitution.
I'm not gonna give any shade. Listen, I'm not giving shade. I'll let him do that.
Your dad's army, right?
When that was when that was done. No, but back to the thing we're talking about. It's like so for Inner Mongolia, also there are a lot of like little traditions. So for instance, you never tap a wrestler's shoulder, especially when he's wearing a uniform. Tap their head or their shoulder because you're taking away their luck or their flying horse, right? You're taking away their spirit in a way, and you're trying to like push it down. So,
Tap,
or the
tap
women
like this.
like yeah, like if you tap hard or like even touch their head. Here, some of the wrestlers will hit each other's head, but you would never do that in Inner Mongolia. Also, like the Janga, traditionally women can't touch it, right?
Oh, that sucks.
It's just like yeah, but now no one. Some of the wrestlers that are old school, they're like, oh, they'll get a little weird, but
Oh, and there's also
Oh,
an order once you put on the
if a
clothes.
woman touches you, you'll get weaker.
in a way, but it's the younger guys know it's like, all right, this is too old. Let's move past that, right? but I have seen
We
older
only
guys that are
touch
kind of
men.
like, yeah. Well, there was a I don't know if I should tell the story. I won't say any names, but there's a guy.
Just in case you know the person he's talking about.
Because you never know who's listening. But there's a guy who's quite well known, and he's he was getting on this woman for trying to touch it, right? Like she like kind of brushed against it, and but they also, had some relations. So what she said to him, well, how come I can touch your head and play with, do other things, but yeah, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? Why is it weird if I touch your head or touch your janga, but yet your head is in other places on me, right? And she said this in front of a bunch of people, but that kind of shows the point, like what the point of it, what I was laughing at was that it's kind of true. Like they don't think about that.
Right.
Like your wife and they're touching your head anyway. They're rubbing your head. They're giving you a massage. It's still a woman doing it, right? So at what point can she not or can she do this? You know what I'm saying? But I guess for them, what they're trying to say with the Mongolians, and I can understand it doesn't mean I have to agree with everything, is that when you wear the uniform, uh, in the old times, you can only have a Janga if you're top. And you're considered a deity, like a guardian of your sum, of your little village.
District,
Yeah,
yeah.
your district, right?
Okay.
So once you wear that, you're essentially like a deity. You're like a guardian from your little group, your little village, right?
You're
So you're
representing.
considered, yeah, you're top of the top. You know what
You
I
really
mean?
won't do other things
You
when
want to do
you're
other
wearing
things.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's another thing. You won't do anything else when you're wearing the uniform.
So they still are really like strict on that, which I think is really cool. But my thing is like, I'm glad to see the women starting to wrestle now because they didn't allow them for a long time. And in Inner Mongolia, they're starting to let women wrestle. There's competitions just for women wrestling, Mongolian bulk, and
I assume they wear a different attire, right?
no, same,
With
but
bare-breasted and everything.
But they wear a
they wear a
t-shirt
t-shirt.
Do you
It's
underneath.
like
have
a rash
links?
guard or something.
Do you have
Do you have links?
I think I posted. I think I posted.
You're gonna get some viruses in your computer.
Oh my god!
It's
Oh my god!
2023. We can see this.
Bruh.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you
YouTube,
one that's funny
YouTube be
here
damned.
because we'll do freestyle or MMA on the same day that we're doing bulk.
Yeah.
But sometimes we'll just be wearing the bulk outfit and we'll like be doing freestyle. And I always kind of worry like if we post a video or something, like somebody might get offended, like the old
Yeah,
old
yeah,
timer,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're like, what are you doing wrestling on the ground wearing your bulk uniform?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly.
Oh, so that you wrestle on the. Oh, so that's an interesting thing. So there's a division in wrestling, right, between people that wrestle
Yeah,
as standing, and then once you
yeah,
go to the
yeah.
ground, seen as a
You,
dirty or
you
unnecessary
should probably change
thing.
clothes. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a lot of times we don't hear because it's just normal. It's like pretty common here that like the freestyle team, for example, trains bulk part of the year, right? So we'll do freestyle and bulk, and you're wearing the same, and you'll just be wearing your bulk outfit the whole time.
yeah.
And then, and I was kind of worried like the older people might get offended by that. The other funny one in China, do you have an order that you have to put the clothes on? Is there a specific order?
For like the wrestling outfit,
Yeah.
not really. Normally the jackets last.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do it with like
Oh,
but
okay.
not necessarily with the uniform.
So here, when you put on the wrestling outfit, this is the other funny thing. So you take everything off except your underwear, and then there's women there or whatever,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And you're in your underwear, right? So you would think the first thing you put on is your shorts to cover your underwear, right? But actually, you put your
No.
shorts on last. You put the shorts on last, and you put the boots on. You tie the jacket around your waist, but you
yeah.
don't put it on yet.
Yes.
Then you pull
So
up
you
the
just
trout
like junk
the
to the
under.
world the whole time?
What's that? Yeah, and
You don't
then
cover your
and then
junk? You
the other funny thing though is, and the other funny one is that you tie the jacket around your waist, but you don't put it on. It just hangs there, and then you put on the underwear, and then you pull the jacket
In
up.
Inner
wait, so the
Mongolia,
Chinese government like supervises you dressing yourself or something?
No,
They
no,
have
no,
like
no,
it's
some-
no. I'm saying that's a tradition in Mongolia. That's the
Oh, okay.
tradition How you put on the
In
clothes.
Inner
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Mongolia,
okay. I'm
in
sorry.
Inner Mongolia, it's different because like there's only one way because you have to put on certain things. You can't like put the boots on first with those,
Right.
right? You gotta put the pants and then the toho over it, and then you put the boots on.
So counterintuitive here. You put on the boots first, then you put on the
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah,
Oh,
but
here we
everyone, all
are.
the wrestlers are also
This is
have
like
these on
the
this
outer
shit.
Mongolia, right? Here.
That's Outer
Yes.
Mongolia,
Well, no. So this is in Inner Mongolia.
but it's
Look how
Outer
small it
Mongolian
was. This is when I
wrestling.
first moved there. But they had the Outer Mongolians come. They had two competitions, outer and inner styles of wrestling.
They even have the Tuksul. They have the standard, the banner of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprised the
We
Chinese
did the same
government
thing.
allowed them to do it.
Sometimes they
Oh,
cause problems.
okay. So you had both
I'm
styles,
saying.
both styles in the same event, huh?
Yeah, and Inner Mongolia, they see these are all from Mongolia, from Outer Mongolia.
Yeah,
They'll invite them to come compete, and they'll have both events. Of course, they obviously win their
Mongolian
style
wrestling. Yeah.
always, right?
Oh, what's the
But this is actually a
style?
music
Do
video.
you have two? Do you have two Jasul? Zasul? Do you have two Zasul
Uh, uh, for for
for
theirs,
theirs?
for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's another interesting thing about Mongolian wrestling here in Outer Mongolia. There's two referees
Yeah,
for each match.
yeah,
And the word is it translates to both referee and coach. So
yeah.
although he's officially a referee, he
He's
shouts
coaching too?
instructions at you. You'll be like,
That's
pull to the
sketchy.
left, you go right. You know, that's it.
You know what though?
It's so
They
cool.
have that in Inner Mongolia. Not that many, just like a couple guys.
Yeah.
But none of them help me.
Yeah,
They
no, no,
never
no,
tell me what to do.
no,
They tell everyone
no.
else what to do. And I'm like, oh, this is dirty. But luckily, I have friends that would help me a little bit.
Now I'll be fair, they might be telling me what to do.
You just listen.
I just don't
I said,
understand.
I'm like, he's telling him exactly what I'm going to do. I'm like, that's dirty. That's so dirty. It's okay.
Wow.
Because I'm a foreigner, like, and a lot of them have close connections with these
Do you
people.
do you
They're from the
think that's
same
just the
town.
language issue, or do they just think they're
No,
they're kind of rooting for their guy?
part of the culture, and then like the guys that are going to win, a lot of them actually have their Zasul,
Yes.
their guy,
They're,
kind of follows them around to different competitions.
yes.
Yeah, even though
Hmm.
it's supposed to be an impartial,
It's
um,
never.
it,
Not
it
really
isn't.
going.
But honestly, it works. I mean, it all works.
Of
It's
course.
not. It's not like it's horribly corrupt or something. It all
No, no,
works. It
no.
all
Hmm.
It's
works.
the only thing like
People
in
are
Inner
just naturally
Mongolia.
biased.
Yeah, I mean in Inner Mongolia, for instance, if we're in Junsun and we got Egyptian wrestlers or Shillong host wrestlers come, of course our guys are gonna set it up to where they're gonna have some hard matches,
Right.
right? Um,
But the Zasul, the referee might actually come with the other wrestler. He might bring his own. But there's two Zasul, and then there's three judges. They also have judges.
we
Or
have a bunch. We have a bunch of judges.
you have
There's like a
at
there's
least
a ton. Like,
okay. So there's still judges, and they're completely impartial, and then you got the Zasul that are like referee slash coach.
oh, my man is scrolling back from when I was 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you said you had some videos of some female wrestlers?
You gotta go to if you're on Instagram, go to Bohinain Instagram. You can scroll up to my bio. The bio on top. It's our other and there's
It's a
some
bulk
videos. No. Go up. In the bio, there
links.
should be another page. Instagram. No, not that. Is it? No. That's the website. Go back.
You can
There
only
should
have
be an
one
actual
link.
like
Oh,
really?
the Instagram.
Yes,
Instagram
the
link.
Instagram. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can scroll down, there's a few videos. Yeah, there's some techniques and stuff. You can see some guys. I think I had a girl in there. Maybe at some point I posted it. Maybe I deleted it.
Did you?
Yeah, this is our stuff. This is
Oh
our
yeah.
rash guard.
Oh, this is merchandise.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
not this
cool.
is not wrestling.
It's a $39.99 value.
There's the
He was so
economist speaking.
silly. His man is
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
I think I'm not sure if I ever posted it, to be
Oh, we got
honest.
another beautiful horse. Oh,
Of course, this is my friend.
oh, oh.
Wow,
Man,
that's
this
crazy.
kid is so big. He's 135 kilos. He's like 22. Yeah. He does this every year because he's also hurt. He's one of the top guys now in my region.
So why is he
Also,
doing this
he's
though?
because this is the season when they're starting to tame all the horses.
Oh, they're taming them.
And so
That's
they,
spring.
yeah, so they get together in spring, and they get together and they just do this, and they just have a good time. They have so many. They have hundreds of horses. He's really rich,
Oh.
and now it's popular to wear like a lifting belt instead of like a other, like a traditional belt. Yeah, he does it with cow. So what they used to do is like you get a baby, you get a cow. What's the baby cow called?
Calf.
Calf, right? And then you pick it up, and then you keep doing that every day until it's a huge cow, and it just builds your strength. They do that a lot too.
Grab the.
But this kid is good, man. His name is Bookbite. He's one of my teacher's best students.
His name's actually Book.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
funny.
Wow.
Here's name Book.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
we have different. The names there, they're like traditional.
No, but I read that like when
But
I
you've
first got here.
wrestled the
I read,
horses
it's
too,
one of the
huh?
most common names for boys.
Huh?
And
What you say?
You've wrestled the
What's that?
horses too, Lavelle.
Yeah. I have it somewhere else. Go to the picture. I want to show you an inside trip. No, scroll down. It's next to the video you just watched
This one?
on the right. Yes,
Right.
you're
Okay.
gonna see this guy do a beautiful. Do good. This is the one I told you about. Janambaya versus the Nada winner from here.
Oh wow.
Look how big he is. Compared to
Oh yeah, the big guy.
Yeah.
He's from here, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think I know him
He
from
won
the.
Nadam last time.
I think I know him from the Russian church.
So watch the small guy. He's one of my favorites ever. Watch this. Wait.
Wow.
Well, he fired that
Oh,
up from quite a
man.
ways away. Probably has to. He probably can't hit it close because.
Yeah,
then the
if you
big
know
guy
how
would
good
have
that
his
other guy
grips.
is, that other guy is a national Nadam champion of Mongolia. And the small guy is the Shuaijiao champion for China.
He's like a two-time champion, I think even.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
possible?
two-time
Two-time champion, yeah.
If you realize how good the big guy is, that's when you're really amazed by this. After this, he was Janabaya was nicknamed Altın Duga, which is like golden hook, because he can do it on anyone. Man, it's so beautiful. I can watch that all day. But because he knows the gripping better, you see how he can
That's
control them with the
insane.
gripping,
Yeah, he's
right?
staying away. He's not letting him get that grip over the back.
Yeah, he knows if that big guy, man, that dude's so big. If he gets him, it's done. So he's waiting. Because Mongolian wrestling, there's no out of bounds. You just keep moving, right? Okay, he gets in. You see,
But they don't show the setup actually before it. It seems like they skip a little bit. Like
yeah,
I wonder how he
think
actually gets that.
I think I also posted another version with the setup, but I'm not sure where I put it.
Then it seems like he comes more from the open, because he's not going to win
Yeah.
the
So what he
grip
does is,
exchange.
if you watch in a second, you're gonna see his right arm is on the belt, and then he switches it almost to like an underhook, I think, and then his left arm, his right arm is then gonna slide to the belt as well. So watch it for a second. Watch right there. Okay, wait. You can see. Let it play a little bit. Okay, you see how his left arm is on the belt. You can You see this part?
Yeah.
His left
The
arm
small guy has his left hand on the belt of
Yes.
the big man.
and the right arm is also
Right
on
here.
the belt. Watch.
Can you
Yes,
see my
Yeah.
cursor?
And the right hand is also on the belt on the other side.
Okay.
You're gonna see it slide. You'll see it slide in a second. Watch.
Okay, he's got the
It's
belt
gonna
here.
slide.
Put in
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
leg in.
and his right hand's gonna sneaky.
Yeah.
And this is
Watch
actually
this.
kind of anti-judo way to do it, because judo you're supposed to
Yes.
step inside.
Nah,
And,
I told you
but
there's so many ways here. There's
He's
so many
reaching.
ways. Watch.
He's reaching a
Watch
lot,
his.
but he
Watch
has
his.
to.
Oh,
and
you see how
now
he switched?
he's got two under grips.
No,
as
he's
he
got
enters.
one. He's got the right on the belt, and then
The right hand is on the belt.
Mhm.
The small guy
right
has
hand's
his
on the
right
belt,
hand
and
on
now
the
he's
belt.
got an
Yes.
underhook.
Yes.
And on the top of the jacket, you can grip. You might be gripping the collar. I can't quite see.
Yeah, I mean, it's too blurry, but.
Okay,
Oh no, he's
so
not even
No.
gripping. He's just holding.
He's just
So
holding.
now he's reaped the leg, and I think now he's actually going to set the foot down now that he's got his balance disrupted. He sets
So
down
he
and
actually,
finishes.
he picks it up and he puts it down.
Here,
Right.
there's a hole right there.
yes.
That would be a grip. That would be an inside
Yeah.
grip.
Wow, that's
He
good
does it on
advice.
everyone. This is his thing. I posted a video of him doing a new video of him doing this. That's a couple years ago.
That's amazing.
And this is in Inner Mongolia.
This is
Here.
in Mongolia. Yeah.
And I
Skip
love
ahead.
here
So he's
too
got
when
one
they-
hand on the belt, up for the underhook. Now he grabs the jacket and finishes. Okay.
Yes.
And when we wrestle indoors here or China, apparently, it's never on a mat. It's on fake grass.
Fake grass, like
Especially-
AstroTurf?
I hate it.
It's so funny if they do bulk inside, it's on fake grass. In fact, we have fake grass that we roll out over the freestyle mats.
I don't like the fake wrestling. Oh, this is a old school. He's old
That's
time.
all. Or no.
No, this guy's like he's like
Wow, nice.
is he 70? Oh, he's really no, he's not 70. He's 60 something, but he's old.
Mm.
That's nice.
I also saw a
I
version where people actually can touch the ground with their hands. It looks a little bit more like international
that's
wrestling.
here.
That's here.
That's
That's Outer Mongolia. Outer Mongolia, you can touch with your hand.
Just your
so the
hand?
reason
What
why
about your knee? If your knee
No,
goes
no,
to...
no, no,
no,
no,
not a
no,
knee.
no.
Only a
So you
hand.
can't do like a
Anything
low
else?
single or something like that. You can't. But you can...
Well, they do
Yeah,
even low single fireman's carry. They
yeah,
do it, but your knee cannot touch the
yeah.
ground. But they do it. They do fireman's carry. They get so low,
Make it
man.
solo.
See, this
It's
guy looks
crazy.
like he does touch, but he still completes the throw.
Yeah, but
There's
you might have
Are you allowed to do that one technique? Do you know the Schweigel one
shut the
where
hood.
your legs allowed to touch the ground?
Oh
Are
yeah,
you
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to do that in bulk in
No,
China? No.
no.
Okay.
But sometimes it looks like they touch because their pants. But
Yeah.
I think he actually
Ah!
does. The pants are so big, but he might have actually really touched right there. But I have videos when he doesn't. But one thing that people respect him is because he's smaller, but he still competes with the young people. He doesn't care. He doesn't just go to like the older division, right? Um, so people really like him.
The other crazy, as old as he is, look at
Oh,
his
that looked
chest.
like what they call the Iranian
Like his
lap
arms are
drop.
skinny now, but his
Mm.
chest is still
Yeah, yeah.
his chest is still really big.
Mm.
That dude's got a strong face. He's look at
He's
his
got a
ears,
great
man.
face,
Yeah,
man.
he's got a great face. Good for like National Geographic or something,
I
right?
thought it was like nice black and white photography
Uh-huh.
layout.
Yeah.
Just straight up
But there's
leather.
there's
Leather
so
face.
many videos with this guy. He's so popular now.
And the way you guys run, man, over there versus what we do here. Very different.
Yeah,
Run?
it's very
What do
different.
you mean by run? Like,
When we come in, we do the eagle dance here.
Yeah, they do the line what they call it line dance much. Oh, wait, go to the video next to it.
Oh, so these are $39.99 value.
No, they're not. Don't listen to them. Go down and go
and
to the middle video, dude.
it cuts onions, it cuts bricks. This one right here?
No, no,
It's a
below.
tin can.
Not this, below.
Oh, this one.
Right there. You're gonna see
And
another
if you
video.
ordered today. Wow. Wow.
But I have so many good.
Crazy.
I got so many good footage of this guy right here. Oh man. Or if you want to see some like judo, like a judoka, go to. I'll show you another video in a second. It's to the right, I believe. The video to the right or above on the top right, top right.
Oh, that's some
Mhm.
airtime there.
Yeah, watch this. Right,
Oh, Haraigoshi.
Wow.
done.
Crazy judo.
So do they do
That's
that
judo.
do they do that in bulk, or is that just the influence
Yeah,
of
They
judo?
just did it in
Yes.
bulk. You saw it.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is it a bulk technique, or
Yes,
is
yes.
it?
They also have it in both, but a lot of the guys that do it end up becoming because they're good at it. Probably did it from judo as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like even the way he switches and sets up is
And if you
like,
look how high his leg
yeah,
is, though,
yeah.
I mean, it's so high.
And that's not normal.
That's not
I
normal.
mean, the
Yeah.
thing with
Yeah, that's like
Haraigoshi,
high
right,
ranking
is
judo.
you could not necessarily get thrown, but go down on your knees if you don't finish it, and then you lose, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of guys don't do it because it's risky,
Uh-huh.
you know. But yeah, it's beautiful. Like man, some of those guys when they do that, when you look at him, you wouldn't think he was gonna do that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't have thought of that.
I'm sure the other guy felt that. That
Oh,
ground
Yeah,
that's
because he
more
control.
doesn't
like
look as athletic. The smaller guy actually looks more
Mhm.
athletic.
I think that's more like a Oguruma than a Haraigoshi, because yeah, he's up really high on the leg.
Yeah,
But
He's really high, yeah.
potato,
yeah.
right? It's a beautiful move.
Potato. We don't really separate the techniques the same way like judokas will. Like we'll call a technique one thing, but you can do it many ways,
Yeah, that would
right?
just be called leg hook.
Yeah, this is like this is it. Okay,
As are all the other techniques we would say.
that's true.
They're all just called leg hook.
Thanks. There's random names.
Both way.
Yeah,
Are
Both
there
way.
any
but I
like
like it.
single leg grabbing techniques?
Chinese wrestling, not in.
In China, you're not allowed to grab the legs, right?
No, you can't
Yeah.
grab the legs
Yeah,
in,
we
in
can
Mongolia.
here. So here in Outer Mongolia, you're allowed to grab the legs. So you'll see single leg, double leg, fireman's carry.
Yeah, we don't touch the legs. Only if you like, because some of them do freestyle and or if you do Chinese wrestling,
Touch the legs with your
right?
hands.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You can't grab the
Yeah, you
legs.
can out here. Outer Mongolia, you can. Inner Mongolia, you cannot.
Hmm.
It's one of the rule differences.
Cool.
It actually makes it to me a little bit harder. If you're pretty athletic and you know a little bit of freestyle, you can do pretty well, right? But if you or at least you gotta know jackets. But if your techniques are all like leg grabbing techniques and you go to Inner Mongolia, I
You
mean you're
you
done.
you got nothing.
You have
Well, I mean,
nothing,
the
right?
thing with the international, it's like ties are so fluid, right? You can slip a collar,
Yeah.
you can slip a
Yes.
elbow tie, but
Yeah.
these ties are not. Like once people get it, it seems like it's gonna take
Yes.
a while before you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It takes and there's a lot.
That's the thing about the grip though, and the outfit and the rope and the whole
Yeah.
thing is that once they get a tie, it's really hard to break it. I mean, you have to learn how to break it to be trained in breaking it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really strong. And then Lavelle was telling me it's illegal to wrap the arm and put pressure on it, which is how I usually break it.
Yeah. For here in Inner Mongolia, they don't care. Really how you just
Oh,
just
you
get it
mean
done.
to hyperextend the arm to break a grip?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
in Inner Mongolia,
judo's
people do
been
it all
getting
the time.
really big on enforcing that too.
Yeah. People in
Like
Inner
I said,
Mongolia don't care. They'll just do it. Because
they'll
it's
just do
to
it.
them in Inner Mongolia, it's like, well, it's up to you to let go of me,
Right,
Right,
you
right,
should
right,
let
right?
right,
go,
right.
right?
Right,
Yeah,
you
You
should
should
let
it's
let
up to
go.
you to
go.
let go.
You should let go.
But
Yeah,
if you still
The
hold
scary
on,
thing though for me, I don't
yeah,
know if this happens to experienced guys, but the scary thing for me is once in a while I get in a situation where I'm tied up in the outfit
yes.
and I'm falling and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna be able to break my
yeah,
fall
yeah,
or I'm gonna break my arm
yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
it's a little scary, yeah, once in a while.
Well, I've had that where like it's stuck in the
It's
jacket,
stuck
and
in
then
the
you fall, and
jacket.
you're like, they're gonna snap my wrist,
Yes,
right?
yes. Or
hmm,
or my arm is stuck out
Yeah,
like this and
right.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall on my elbow and break it.
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
That's why I let go.
Yeah, I know,
I,
but sometimes
oh,
it's
I'll
like
tell them. I'll say something
uh,
like, don't
no.
push it, you know.
So
oh
I like
wow,
the guys that train in MMA because I'll tap.
Well, because
oh, you tap while you're
in
standing up.
Mongolian in Inner Mongolian wrestling, you can stop. Like during the match, you can just stop. Like
Yeah,
a lot of
true, true.
times, if there's like a really good match next to you, you're just like, oh, hold on one second, let's watch this, right? And
Can you
then
believe
Yeah,
it? Can you believe we got
it's
another
so
one?
funny.
We got another 1 minute warning. Would you
oh
like to
Oh,
come
okay.
back and close out, or would you like to close out now?
we
Think-
let, let's come back and close out so
All
we can
right.
do it properly.
Okay.
Okay, good idea. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.